Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be creating this natural summertime glowy makeup look. We have the perfect amount of natural glowy sheen with highlight, and then we have an all over bronzy look. So if you are interested to see how I created this glowy makeup look, keep on watching and see what products I use to create this stunning, gorgeous look today. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, and here we are. First things first, we have our blank canvas. For today's look, I personally want a more full coverage look, so I am going to be going in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. But don't fret, if you want a more lighter coverage, feel free to go in with more of a tinted moisturizer. If I didn't want a full coverage look today, I would be going in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I am just going to be going in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. With this specific foundation, I do like to apply it with a foundation brush, but if you want a more sheer coverage, feel free to use a damp beauty sponge. This is honestly all preference. Okay, and going on to our next step, after we have our base on, of course, we are going in with a concealer to conceal the under eyes and kind of brighten up that under eye area. Shocker, I'm sure you could have seen this coming from miles away. Today I am going in with the COVERGIRL Undercover Concealer. This has been my ride or die for quite some time. And for this look, because I am going for more of a natural look, I am not going to go too heavy-handed with the concealer. I'm just going to be putting a couple dots under my eye, just like so. So I am just going to be blending this out under my eye. And I like to bring the extra concealer that I have on my brush or sponge, whichever I'm using for the day, up onto my eyelids to kind of use as a primer for the next step. Okay, and now that we are concealed and ready to go, I am going to be going in with a setting powder. However, for today's look, I am not going to be setting my entire face because I really like the natural dewy finish this foundation has. So I'm actually just going to be setting the under eye and kind of letting that bake while I put some color onto my eyelids. So for today's look, I'm using the Ciate London Coconut Setting Powder. Of course, this is a summer look, so we gotta add some coconut elements into today's look. Okay, and like I said, I am just setting the under eye portion, so I'm just taking a little tiny detail blending sponge and grabbing a little bit of product, and I am just going to be baking that under eye just to give a nice finish. And I don't want to blend this in all the way because, like I said, I do want to go ahead and let this bake under my eye, and then we'll go ahead and brush it off afterwards. And I am actually not going to be using an eyeshadow today. I know, because I am going for this natural look and I really want a nice bronzy, dewy finish. This is a new palette for me and I have been using it quite often, and you'll be seeing this in a lot of future videos because I literally cannot keep my hands off of it. So for today, for a slight eyeshadow, makeshift eyeshadow look, we're actually going to be going in with a little bit of bronzer and blush on top of the eye just for a natural finish. So I'm just going to be using the same brush that I use for my underneath concealer. Feel free to use a different brush, but I'm gonna go ahead and start out with a slight bronzer look on my eyelids today. And the one I'm going to be using is this one right on top. This is the deep bronzer. Because this is their butter formula, it melts onto your skin. So just a slight dab of this deep bronzer, and I am just going to be dabbing that on my upper eye and then blending that out for a nice natural finish. Again, I'm not going for an eyeshadow look, so I am going to blend this out quite a bit just to add some dimension in there. Okay, and secondly, I am going to be going in with my finger with just a little bit of some blush just to dab on the lower lid. And I am going in with the shade Apricot. And again, this is the butter formula, so a little bit will go a long way. Okay, so now that that is on there, I am going to just wipe away that setting powder on the underneath of my eye just to reveal a nice glowy under eye. Okay, and I'm just gonna be taking the same brush that I used to wipe all that off, and I am going to be going in with a blush. And again, I am going in with the same shade that I used on my upper eyelid. I am going in with the shade Apricot, and again, just taking a little bit on my brush. A little goes a long way. And for this look, I am going to be extending my blush around the bridge of my nose to create a nice sun-kissed look. Okay, and now to really warm up the face, I'm going in with a bronzer, and I'm going to be using the same bronzer that I used on my upper eyelid. And again, that is the shade Deep Bronzer. And I'm gonna go a little more heavier handed because I really want an all over bronzed look. But feel free to go as light or as dark as you want with this bronzer. And just taking the same bronzer up and over your forehead to create that contour all around your face. I seriously love how this bronzer just melts into your skin. It has such a natural finish to it, and that's why I've been so obsessed with it. Okay, and just putting this away for now, but we are not done with it. Going into our next step, and one of my personal favorite products. This product actually got me inspired to do this makeup look. This is the iconic London Illuminating drops. These drops are seriously the most gorgeous thing I have ever used. It's this beautiful rose gold kind of coppery holographic shade. And how I actually like to apply these, because it does have a little bit of a dropper and it is very, very pigmented, so you have to be very careful depending on if you don't want too much of a glowy look. Be careful. So what I like to do is just add a couple drops on the back of my hand. I just like to take my index finger and dab that in a little bit, guys, and I just like to apply that with my finger just to kind of blend that in. Like, do you see how saturated this is? It looks very intimidating at first, but I promise once you start blending that in, it does get very, very natural. And I am just bringing this up all around my cheekbone and up onto my forehead, just to kind of give that natural glowy finish. But do you see how this just melts and illuminates your skin? Okay, so I am just gonna be going on to the other side of my face here and doing literally the exact same thing. The way my lighting is, I'm not sure if you can see it apply evenly on both sides here, but it is mimicking the same shade on this other side of my face. This is honestly so stinking beautiful. Okay, and just taking a little bit more, and I just like to bring a little bit above my Cupid's bow. Just to apply this as you would any highlighter. And then a little bit on the top of my nose here. Just bringing that excess up. This natural glow is my favorite thing ever, and you can tell why I've been so obsessed with it. And I know I have a lot of excess on the back of my hand. I did that on purpose because what I also like to do is take a little bit and take it and spread it on the tops of my shoulders just to kind of give a nice sun-kissed natural finish. And I'm not showing too much of my décolleté and my collarbones today. I do have a high neck shirt on, but if whatever you're wearing, feel free to put this on your collarbones as well. That is something I like to do. And I'm just doing the same thing on my other shoulder. And with this stuff, guys, feel free to use as little or as much as you want, but a little does go a long way. So the only thing I will say is be very careful because it could easily make or break your makeup look. Okay, and I did say that we are not done with this palette because we are going to be going in with this deeper highlight here. This is my shade Golden Hour, but I'm only going to be taking a little bit of it and kind of topping that on top of my bronzer. So just literally taking a little bit of that onto your brush and topping that all over your bronzer that you applied is going to give a beautiful glowy look. Come on, the name of this is Golden Hour. How could you not? Oh, you know what I actually want to do? I do want to just take a little bit of these illuminating drops. I almost forgot. I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger here. I kind of want to put some of this on my inner corner. So I'm just going to be putting a little bit just like so and bringing that all around my inner corner. Just for that simple highlight. I feel like doing this makes such a difference. Seriously, such a stunning and natural finish. Okay, and then you can just bring the excess all over your lid just like so. And again, if you have any extra, go ahead and just pop pop that on your shoulders just so you're not wasting any product. Okay, I promise I am done with this product. Okay, and for today's eye look, I am not going to be putting on any eyeliner. I want to keep it very simple, natural, and just minimalistic. I'm just going to be using some falsies today. You can go as natural or as bold as you want. I want to go somewhere in the middle, so I have these kind of thicker wispies here. So I am just going to go ahead and apply these to my eyes. And if you don't want to use false lashes, that is totally fine. Feel free to use mascara if that's what you want to do. But for me, I kind of want to give a little bit of drama to this natural look, so I'm popping on these false lashes. Okay, and last things last, our lips are looking a little bare, so I'm going in very simple. I'm just using NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Fortune Cookie, so I'm just gonna pop this little thing right on my lips for a natural look. And just because I'm going in with a nude color today doesn't mean you can't add a pop of color. Do whatever you want. I'm just looking for this natural summertime glow. Okay guys, but there you have it. We have our nice natural summertime glowy makeup look. This combination of the Physicians Formula Butter Collection with the iconic London Illuminator drops is a godsend. I love these two together. Alright guys, but thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big ol' thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe below. And please let me know in the comments what your favorite summertime products are. I am always up for trying new products and I love getting suggestions on what I should be using. Alright guys, but until then, I will see you next time.